Hey, what's up YouTube? It's me, Whiskey Hotel, and you are looking at a game of Black Ops 2, I think it's Demolition, yeah, it's Demolition, on the Mercenary Mosh Pit playlist. I don't know the name of this map. Actually, wait, I think it's Drone. Is it Drone? Might be Drone. But I'm using the Remington 870. I'm really digging these shotguns. I'm sorry, I should explain. I'm not sure I can ramble on about my chosen topic for a full 13 minutes, so I'm gonna just ramble on about Black Ops 2 for a second. I've been really enjoying the shotguns in this game. I can't tell if the shotguns are better or if the fact that I upgraded my connection is making the hit detection better, but I've been one-shotting people all over the place with these shotguns. And this is the only one I've unlocked, really. I mean, there's that other semi-automatic one, but it always feels cooler with a pump, you know? Because then there's timing, there's rhythm, you don't just get to spam the trigger, and it feels good. And this is a pretty good game, but I actually had a better gameplay lined up for this commentary. A shorter one, I might add. But Black Ops 2 Theater Mode has failed me yet again. It is 0 for 2 so far, so I am abandoning Black Ops 2 Theater Mode. I had a 36 and 5 with the same shotgun on that aircraft carrier map, whatever it is. I'm sorry, I haven't actually been playing this game too much. But anyway, I think I'll finally get to the topic at hand. And that is, I want to give you some existential advice today. And the reason I'm doing this is because of a video several months ago now done by Hutch. Hutch did a video called So You're Having an Existential Breakdown? Or Crisis? I don't know. I'll link to it if I can remember. But this video was awesome. For my money, this might be my favorite video from Hutch, because he is giving genuine advice based on a subject that he himself has personally struggled with. And it's advice done solely out of intent to help other people in the same situation that he has been at some point in his life. And it resonated with me especially because I, this year, went through an existential crisis. Like, I was really starting to wonder what my reason for like living was, and that might have come out wrong. That might have had like a depressing tone to it, but I was never that depressed. What I meant to say is that I, in my mind, am convinced that I have some purpose in this world, and I started to get frustrated that I wasn't working towards that purpose, or I hadn't found that purpose yet. And that is basically what existentialism and existential angst comes from, is that it's mankind's desire to understand why they are here and to find what purpose they are. I actually did a whole commentary on it when I realized what I was going through. So this might be a little bit redundant, me talking about existentialism again. But what I want to do is touch on a few points that Hutch himself talked about, as well as add some advice personally, because at this point I think I have conquered my existential crisis, and I would like to tell you how I did that in hopes to help you conquer yours if you're having one. And if you have not gone through an existential crisis yet, good job. Hopefully it does happen to you, though, because if you are having an existential crisis and you're frustrated with your own existence, you feel like you have a bigger purpose, congratulations, you are an intelligent person. Not everyone has an existential crisis. It tends to be people that are philosophically inclined. It tends to be people that are smarter than the average bear, because, to be quite honest, dumb people just don't think like that. They don't think like, oh, I must have a purpose. They just think about fucking going home and watching Ice Road Truckers or something. I don't even know. But to you, going through an existential crisis is a good thing. And where this comes from is that usually in your early 20s you do all the right things. You go to high school, then you go to college, you think everything's going to work out alright. Maybe you get a good job afterwards. But then after you do all that, then you're just like floating in the sea of the real world. And you start to wonder to yourself, like, is this it? Because starting from a very young age, people just kind of tell you and force feed you that if you go through the steps that everyone is telling you to go through, eventually it'll all work out. But to the philosophically inclined person, sometimes that's not enough. Like personally, I went to high school, got great grades, went to college, got great grades, graduated, got a sweet job, or I shouldn't say a sweet job, I got a good job. A year later, I actually got an awesome job, and in my mind, this is like what everyone's been telling me I've been trying to achieve for so long, but still it wasn't there. There was something missing, and that's where this existential crisis came from, is that I felt like I was missing a phase in my life and that I needed to figure something out. And be optimistic, because if you are currently in an existential crisis, it's a good thing. You will be a better person at the end of this, I promise. However, while you're in the midst of an existential crisis, it can be a depressing thing. And this is something that Hutch talks about. Stay away from Google Health, from WebMD, if you are feeling slight depression. You do not have a personality disorder. You are just an intelligent human being. If you spend more than 10 minutes on WebMD, they'll have you convinced that you have like spinal meningitis. So just stay the fuck away from there. If you are genuinely concerned about it, go see a real doctor. Also, on a related term, stay off Facebook. Hutch also mentions this. I'm so glad that he said this, because I have been waging a personal battle against Facebook for years now, and I will probably do a full-length commentary on all the reasons why I hate Facebook, because it's too much to talk about right now. But the short version is that Facebook is not real life. However, your existential crisis is based in real life. And if you are stacking up your life based on other people's Facebook profiles, you will lose every time. People are just posting the things that they want you to see. They're not seeing, you're not seeing the, I don't know, the F they got on the test. You're seeing them being wasted at a party the next. Ooh, that was a sick quad. Quad. But, anyway, I digress. Like, if you were basing your life against my life based on my Facebook profile, I'm not super active on Facebook. The last 3 pictures I posted, one was I was flying a helicopter, 2 I was skydiving, and 3 I was wakeboarding. So that's 3 pictures in a year. But if you check my profile for the first time in a year and saw those 3 things, you'd be like, what the fuck, Johnny is living an amazing life. However, that was 2 of those things happened on the same day, and the other one was like a weekend. So let's just say 3 days. That's 3 days out of 365 that you're basing my entire existence upon and judging your own in comparative to it. So don't do that. Literally, 1 out of the 12 people that I hang out with on a regular basis are my Facebook friends. I don't need to be Facebook friends with people that I actually know, because that's not what Facebook is. It's not real life. Stay in real life. I promise you it'll benefit you. Now here's where my personal advice comes in. Now, a lot of my frustration came because I hadn't become the person that I'd always thought I was going to become when I was younger and thinking about what it would be like to be 24 or 25. I'm 24 for the record. I just didn't picture it, and it's hard for me to articulate like what I really mean by that, but I didn't expect to be in this situation. And so that's what I tried to achieve. I tried to work towards everything that I've always thought would be cool to do for myself. Like it's really hard to explain, but so I had these things in my head lined out that I thought I would do as I got older, and in my opinion they would eventually make me the person that I wanted to be. However, through the last 8 years or so, I really didn't make any progress towards becoming that actual person. So I took steps in my daily life to become the person that I wanted to be, my ideal self. And what this meant for me is that I made a pact with myself to do something to make myself better each and every day. So the first thing I did, and this is important and I would suggest it to you, is that I cleaned up my diet. As of a year ago, I really cut down on the shitty food. I mean, it's the basic foundation for how you feel on a daily basis. You need to put good things in your body in order to feel good, in order to want to achieve things. And it's not like my diet was that bad anyway, but I really stepped it up and made it better.
Get ready for the next round.
A few months after that, I started going to the gym. Being physically active has always been something that's been important in my life. I've been an athlete my entire life. But somewhere along the line, I just stopped going. And then I got intimidated by the idea of going back again and starting from scratch again. I conquered that. I started going to the gym at least 3 times a week. It has helped tremendously in my confidence and just general well-being attitude about myself. And I also started taking French lessons. So at this point, I'm eating good on a daily basis. I'm working out 3 days a week. So I had to figure out other things to fill the week up. So I started taking French lessons. Now French isn't super important to me, so that's kind of taking a back seat to other things. But if I didn't go to the gym and I didn't do anything else, I could take some French and feel accomplished for the day. I also made real positive efforts to surround myself with like-minded people, and the way I did this is I stopped relying on other people to accompany me to things. Like if I felt like going and playing pool, I was just going to go play pool by myself. If I felt like doing anything at all, like going swimming, I would just go by myself, because ultimately I didn't give a shit if there was anybody there. I just wanted to do what I wanted to do, and in my opinion, that's the best way to meet like-minded people, is to just do what you want to do, and then you will put yourself around these people that are also enjoying the same activities that you like to do. I misjudged the length on this video. I'm going to keep talking. And when you do all these things, you eventually work towards your more ideal self, and it helps you in all aspects. Like the good food makes you feel better, the working out makes you feel better and look better. When you look better and are more confident, then you tend to get the girls. When you get the girls, everything is good. It is impossible to explain how much you doubt everything you do when you are not successful with girls, but how everything is instantly justified. You're like, one day you could be like, oh, my life sucks, I'm doing everything wrong. The next day, a girl makes out with you, you're like, oh, I am so awesome. So, to sum it up, do things in your life that make you feel like you are bettering yourself. Work towards the person that you always wanted to be. As Joe Rogan would put it, be the main character in your own action movie. And at this point, I can say that I have conquered my existential crisis. And while those things have helped, it's mostly because I have been comforted by the fact that I've realized that life doesn't matter. Why I'm here doesn't matter, and why the people around me are here doesn't matter. But that has allowed me the freedom to do whatever the fuck I want. And that is the most freeing thing ever, is that I do all these things to better myself, but ultimately it's on me to make out of this life what I want, and that is what I'm going to do, and that is what you should do too. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Later, dudes.